warriors, okay, heavy hitters, spiritually heavy hitters. Triumph. They ran for the motherfucking hills. They ran underneath boulders and rocks. They went to the caves because they were fucking shit faced when they seen this motherfucker come down, right? And then it got real dark, and it was like, oh my God, what's about to happen? And then all of a sudden, the darkness lifted, and the light came through. And they peeked they little square peanut fucking heads out from underneath them caves and boulders, and you know, from around the corners and shit, out from underneath the ditches and shit. And they saw you ride through like that. They saw you ride through like this. They're like, how the fuck they do that? All you had was a staff at first, right? You got a whole fucking horse, a flag, and a staff. Triumphing over everything. And these are 2 sevens, double 7. Okay, that's the highest reflection of who you are. Thank you. Rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so this is something. Recognition and reward is at the bottom, so if that comes back out, we know something. But rest and rejuvenate kind of gives me, again, this earth energy here and this earth energy here. Okay, okay, Gemini, some of you have been going through this for a very, very long time. Okay, and now you're starting to see a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. You're still dealing with a lot of triggers, as we all are. You're still dealing with a lot of shit that you're still cleaning out and dealing with and coping with and trying to purge and all that shit. But you're given hope in order to have hope in yourself, have hope in your rehabilitation, your revitalization, okay, your retransformation. For those of you that feel exhausted, that feel tired, that feel like you want to rest, please do rest. Please rest. If you are a person that really loves nature and being out in nature in a safe way, go connect with nature. Go, you know, thank a tree. Okay, go touch one and give appreciation. Okay, for life. You know what I'm saying? Connect with God. Connect with your environment. Okay, even if it's in your home. Okay, even if it's, you know, a safe place, a safe space, find that and connect, tap in. This is tap in and reflect and connect. Have hope, tap in and reflect and connect, because this feels difficult. It feels harder for you, and I'm gonna say this, it feels hard for you right here, because I feel like some of y'all are dealing with, let me see if y'all can see all these. Okay, yeah. This feels hard for you right here, but for me, I'm gonna just be real and say very clearly that this is harder for other people. It's hard for people to deal with the fact that all of this is happening for you and shifting and changing. Shit is moving around so that you can finalize the deal. You can finally move about the world freely and according to your higher will and purpose. I feel like you knowing that, you tapping in, you being connected like that is very irritating for some people, places, and things and energies. And especially if you've been involved with that for so long, if you've been dealing with that for so long, you know, and people, like I said in the last video I think I did for Capricorn, that were like, listen, you changing forces me to change, and it forces me to treat you differently, and I don't want to treat you any differently than what I've been treating you like. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't want to treat you any differently than what I've already been treating you, how I've already been treating you. It's kind of fucked up, but I feel like that's where that pain is coming from. It's like your relationship dynamics are changing when it comes to yourself, like I said, as well possibly when it comes to things, stuff that you're codependent on, but also so-called family and friends, okay? And I say that generally, so-called family and friends, Gemini, you know who those people are. Rest and rejuvenate and hope. Again, this is encouragement and support. They know it's tough, they know it's difficult, they know it's not comfortable, but they know that you can do this, and you know that you can do this. Divine, I ask for the next oracle to come through. Yeah, baby, that pressure is on, that heat is on, and you're forgiving it, you're forgiving them, and you're letting it go. Gemini, you're really good at that. When you finally, Geminis, y'all are really good at kind of like letting shit slide. I'm gonna say this. Y'all can catch a lot of subtle stuff. Y'all can pick up on a lot of subtle stuff, a lot of indirect shit. Y'all can pick up on a lot from a lot of people. And y'all are the type of person to kind of like really let shit go because, you know what I mean? You're air. It's like you're not as attached as most signs could be, or affected as most signs could be, because you're air, you're always flowing, you're always going, air is always fluid, like water. But water holds so much emotion and energy, okay? Air is a lot less dense, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is you finally making your peace, making peace with God, Jesus, divine guidance overall, making peace with yourself, and making peace with those enemies that really wanted to trap you and leave you hanging, for whoever that makes sense for people that really call themselves, telling you, calling themselves or convincing themselves that they really loved you, or that they really care for you, but they really fucking didn't. They really could care less. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is you forgiving all aspects, yourself and other people, and you realize that the people that you were involved with kind of reflected on your own inner relationships, not relationships, but your friendships, your connections, your relationships reflected a lot about how you felt about you, and you know, the inner work that you had to do with you. You know what I mean? That's what that feels like. So it feels like you're forgiving it, you're forgiving them, you're forgiving yourself, and you're releasing it and letting it go, because you know it's time to move forward. You know it's time to move forward. It is what it is. Universe, the world, stand your ground, okay? You're being encouraged to keep moving forward, Gemini. Continue to move forward in your space, in your natural, unique, eccentric way, okay? Whatever that is. Everybody likes to, you know what I'm saying, knock folks for being who they are, however they are, but it's like, if you were really about what the fuck you were really about, you wouldn't even be worried about me, type of thing, you know what I mean? You would flow to your own motherfucking beat and rhythm. You wouldn't even be trying to understand mine, because if you had a real rhythm, if you had a real beat, you would understand that everybody else's is different from everybody else's. Some motherfuckers' rhythms blend, some of them just don't. You know what I'm saying? But this ultimately is saying to you, you have something beautiful and amazing taking place in your life. Stand your ground. The opposition that he's up against, he's just a man standing on what seems like earth, and all he has is this long ass fucking staff. He has this huge fucking sun or huge planet or boulder coming towards him. That's intimidating for anybody. That's intimidating for most people, right? That's very challenging. Don't allow anyone to push you out of the truth of who you are. Don't allow anybody to make you feel less than when it comes to what your true truth is. Stand your ground in your truth. And I'm telling you, when you do that, it is amazing what God always ends up doing as it pertains to you in favor of your choices and your intention. I'm telling you. Everybody ran off. Everybody ran off. You the only one standing right there with that staff still believing. And that's what God wants. God wants them type of people. God wants them type of soldiers. God wants them type of heavy hitters. Spiritually, physically, mentally. You got to be able to handle this shit. The world is so dense. And no, it's not easy every day. The world is so dense. This reality is so dense. But God needs you like this. This is you regaining your strength. This is after you have forgiven and released and let it go. This is after you have rested and rejuvenated underneath here. Okay? Building hope, finding hope, empowering the hope in you after this difficult stuff pertaining to yourself and other people. Standing your ground in your truth. I don't give a fuck. God told me to stand right here in my truth. God told me to be just like this regardless. And I'm telling you, watch how God work that thing out. You already got something amazing coming. Don't let anybody intimidate you out of that. They just scared because they don't want to have to motherfucking like pick their face up off the ground, so to speak. You know what I mean? They don't want to have to backtrack on their words because people, I'm gonna say this, and I know this reading about fucking 30 minutes long, but I'm gonna try to make it 2 parts, y'all, because I know it's long. But I'm gonna say this, okay? There are people that I'm getting this. There are people that have talked about you. There are people that have said things about you, that have had things to say about you, that weren't so nice, that weren't so kind, that wasn't so loving and you know, respectful. You know what I mean? People said all types of stuff, stupid, unnecessary shit about you, who you were, you know, the type of person you were. And mind you, half of these folks, probably more than half of these motherfuckers, didn't even know who you were. Don't let nobody knock you up out of your flow, up out of your rhythm, just because they don't know who the fuck they are. They don't even take a chance to truly be themselves because they so worried about somebody talking about them. When you're spiritually awakening, when you're spiritually woken, okay? When you have elevated, when you have ascended, when your soul has ascended, you cannot give a fuck about what people have to say about you. You cannot give a fuck about how people physically respond to you. Now, if they put their hands on you or if they try you like that, God forbid, that's a different story. You understand what I'm saying? But a motherfucker running their mouth, feeling a certain type of way about you because you being you, man, fuck them. Fuck them. Alright? God told you to stand right here. They talked all that shit about you, right? Look at him standing up there with his staff. He think he's something. He think he doing something. He ain't doing shit. She ain't doing shit. That ain't shit, right? Stupid ass motherfuckers. They don't know what else to say. They don't know what else to talk about because they not doing shit. And as soon as this motherfucking planet, listen, I'm getting the whole storyline. God told you to stand right here. Everybody else tried to make you feel stupid for standing right here. Everybody else tried to talk you out of it. Everybody else tried to shade you and disrespect you and talk shit about you because you had to stand right here. Everybody. And you like, nah, fuck y'all, fuck that, and fuck them. I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do what my soul feels intuitively guided to do. This is what I'm going to do. And when that motherfucking planet came down, whatever this boulder planet is, everybody took off. Everybody pissed and shitted in their shorts and ran. Everybody. Didn't have nothing to say then. But that's when your power, your strength, your courage empowered even more. You knew you were where you're supposed to be in that moment. Don't let nobody take you away from the universe. Don't let nobody take the universe. Don't let nobody take you away from the beautiful gift that God is about to bestow onto your life and every aspect of who you are with this world oracle. Okay, my camera's about to stop. I'm gonna stop it and record. Finish up the reading. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, everybody ran off. You stood right there. And the world came. Exactly what God needed and wanted you to have. That best fulfilled you, made you happy. Emotional withdrawal, okay? And mental conflict. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going though. God, if it comes back out, I pray and ask for clarification, but we're going to keep going, okay? Divine, I ask for the next oracle to come through. This is the world, a.k.a. the universe. This is the world in reference to most tarot decks, the world. This is stand your ground, okay? Divine, I ask for the next oracle to come through. Thank you. What'd they say? Triumph. They didn't know how to take you. They didn't know how to take all that confidence, all of that belief. How the fuck you gonna come up against a whole planet? A whole fucking Saturn, a whole Uranus, whatever the fuck this planet is. How are you gonna do this? You can't do that. These motherfuckers fail to realize who God is and who God's people are and how God always somehow miraculously turns things around for his people. God's people. Okay? Faithful people. People who want to ascend, be better, do better, manifest better. Warriors. Okay? Heavy hitters. Spiritually heavy hitters. Triumph. They ran for the motherfucking hills. They ran underneath boulders and rocks. They went to the caves. Cause they were fucking shit-faced when they seen this motherfucker come down, right? And then it got real dark, and it was like, oh my God, what's about to happen? And then all of a sudden, the darkness lifted, and the light came through. And they peeked they little square peanut fucking heads out from underneath them caves and boulders, and you know, from around the corners and shit, out from underneath the ditches and shit. And they saw you ride through like that. They saw you ride through like this. They like, how the fuck they do that? All you had was a staff at first, right? You got a whole fucking horse, a flag, and a staff. Triumphing over everything. And these are 2 7s, double 7, and this is a 17 too. This is 21. So 3 times 7 is 21. 7 and 7. So Gemini, if you've been seeing 7, I recommend you check that out for yourself, as well as 5 and 10, and also 9s and 10s. That speaks of cycles, okay? Beginning and ending cycles. Divine, I asked for the last oracle to come through. Oh, that failed. Hold on, y'all. And then I'm going to close this reading out. Divine, I asked for the last oracle to come through. If another one needs to come through. If it doesn't, fine. Got messy. I'm not feeling that. Let's see what this is, though. Triumph, success. And I just saw this one land by itself like that. Y'all seen it when it fell over. What that say? Oh, let me get the right angle on it. Yeah. What that say? Triumph, success. After they ran for the fucking hills, said you weren't gonna be able to fucking do shit. If I can't do it, I know you can't do it. Bitch, please, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. What you know? Besides fucking running, ducking, and hiding from shit. What you know? What you do? Besides avoidance. Besides trying to make fun and shade somebody else for actually fucking trying and believing in themselves, regardless. What you know, right? The sword. You have a sword now. Everybody thought you would get buried and trampled by that planet. No. You soared like an eagle. Okay? So Gemini, with all that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. Hope that whatever I said, in whichever way that I said it, hope that it resonated for you. Thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you guys again with another reading.